Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Weight Loss War podcast. I'm your host, Trevor, and today I wanted to talk about GLP-1s, just give a brief overview of them as that's what we predominantly use here at our weight loss clinic. But as always, before we get into anything, we're going to start with a quote. Today's is by G.K. Chesterto, who said, "Fairy tales do not tell children that dragons exist. Children already know that dragons exist. Fairy tales tell children that dragons can be killed." Now, granted, anyone listening to this isn't a child. This is, for those of us who are more seasoned, I guess you could say. But the message behind that quote is something that I've long liked. We all know there are things out there that are hard. There are personal dragons, but the stories and fairy tales and motivational quotes and success stories, all of these things exist and are shared and told so that we know that our dragons can be killed, that we can overcome, that we can succeed. And I wanted to share that, and I wanted to tie it into one of our episodes somehow, but it doesn't really fit other than to say that anything is possible. But anyway, we're going to stop there and move on to a quick overview of GLP-1s and what they are, how they help us with weight loss, etc. So a lot of you have heard of Ozempic or semaglutide or Zepbound, or there are a lot of these medications that fall into the GLP-1 category. They are a class of medication that helps us lose weight, and they do. They really do a couple of things inside of our body that help us manage our cravings and regulate our insulin. They help reduce our appetite. They slow our gastric emptying. What does that mean? Help reduce appetite, regulating our insulin, slow gastric emptying. The way that we help people understand this is, first, it keeps the food in your stomach longer. That way you are full longer, you aren't as hungry throughout the day, you don't eat as much. The second is they help send a message to your brain that you are full sooner. So you're not overeating, you're stopping when we all should be stopping, and you're not as hungry. So your brain says, "Oh, hey, we're hungry. Let's eat." And then we eat, and we eat so fast and end up overeating because by the time our body has signaled our brain that we are full, we've eaten. We've kept eating, but these GLP-1 medications help us pull that back. They send the signals sooner so we aren't overeating. We are eating just enough. The third thing is they really do help control your cravings. They work on the hypothalamus in your brain and change. I say change. They help you manage your cravings. You aren't as dependent on chocolate. Or for me, I used to love eating croissants. I can't look at them now. But they really do amazing things. I've had uh, probably 250 to 300 patients come through my clinic who have used these things to help them get down and meet their goal weights. I'm one of those. I've used a GLP-1 medication to lose weight. I've lost over 65 pounds with tirzepatide, which is one of the medications. And we'll talk about the differences later and a couple of other things, but I've lost weight and kept it off with these medications, and you can too. The main thing that I want to point out is these are tools, though. It's not a magic bullet, it's not a magic pill. It is a tool to help us lose the weight. It is a tool to help us on our weight loss journey, but we need to do other things while we are on them to prepare us for when we stop. Because once you stop the medication, the effects of the medication will stop. And if you haven't learned how to manage your cravings, if you haven't learned how to eat better, eat healthier, then you're going to fall back into the same habits and regain the weight. So, like I said, we're gonna talk about this more in the future. I'm gonna leave it there for now. This was just a brief overview. I'm going to have quite a few episodes briefly on different aspects of the GLP-1 medications, what to expect, the difference between one and the other, a lot of different things, along with got quite a bit of stuff planned for the future for this podcast. So we're going to leave it there. We'll move forward together. If you have any questions, let me know. Appreciate you all who listen. Take care.